Hi everyone, let's discuss the concept of architecture and system design fundamentals. Okay, so what is architecture? Architecture means the overall structure of the system, how different components such as database, services, APIs are organized, and how they communicate. Okay, so this is the overall structure of the system. And architecture can be of two types, mainly monolithic and microservices architecture. Okay, it can be of any other types also, but we are discussing monolithic and microservices. So in this video, we will learn about monolithic architecture. So what is monolithic architecture? Okay, it is a single unified application where all the components, example UI, business logic, database, are tightly coupled and run as one unit. Okay, so it is a single application, single unified application. Okay, where all the components runs as one unit, single unit. Okay, so it means all the components like UI, business logic, database interactions, APIs, they reside in a single code base. Okay, unit means code base. Okay, so it has some advantages and some disadvantages. So let's check advantages first. So the main advantage is it has simple development and simple deployment. Okay, simple development and simple deployment. Why so? Because since all the components are in one database, so it is easier for the developers to work on the application and deploy it as a single package. Okay, so as we have seen, all the components like UI, scripts, components, DBs, databases, APIs, these all are in a single code base. So development will be simpler and deployment will also be simpler because we need to deploy only a single package. Okay, and another one is testing is easier. So why testing is easier? Because everything is in one place, because it is a single code base, everything is in one place, so testing is easier because all the functionalities reside in a single same environment, so it reduces the complexity of integrating and testing multiple services. That's why testing is easier. Now see the disadvantages. So first disadvantage is that it is difficult to scale. Difficult to scale specific components. So why so? Because scaling the application means replicating the entire system. Even if only one component needs additional resources, we need to replicate the entire system. Okay, that's why it is difficult to scale specific components. Suppose we want to replicate only the payment system. Okay, but we cannot do that because we want to replicate the entire system. We want to replicate the order system also. Okay, we want to replicate the authentication system also. We cannot replicate the single system. We need to replicate the entire system. So that's why it is difficult to scale. And the second one is a failure in one part can affect the entire system. Okay, so a failure in one part can impact the entire system and it will cause the downtime. Okay, because we are working on a single code base. If one part of the applications fails, example payment system fails, so it will impact the entire system and that will cause the downtime. Our application will not work at that time. And the third one is maintenance challenge we face here. Maintenance challenge. Okay, so as the application grows larger and more complex, So it makes updating the new features is become difficult and time consuming. Even small changes may require redeploying the entire system. That's why it has some maintenance challenges. Okay. And another one is some examples. Let's say some examples of the monolithic architecture. Okay. So let's imagine an e-commerce website first. Okay. Okay. In this e-commerce website built on a monolithic architecture. Okay. So let's suppose it has user authentication system inside it. User authentication. Okay, means login, sign up. It has a product catalog also. Okay, means listing, searching, all this comes in product catalog, and it has order processing also. Okay, means order placement, cart management, all this comes in the order processing. Last one is the payment system. Okay, like checkout, transactions. So all these functionalities are implemented and managed in a single code base and deployed as one unit. Okay, so if the if the product catalog service crashes, so it might bring down the entire site. All the services will not work. If any of the services fails, all the services will not work, and it will bring the entire system down. Okay, so user will not be able to access any of the service. And we have also seen like a failure in one part can affect the entire system. And one more thing, if we have some changes in order processing or in the payment system, okay, we want to deploy the entire system. Okay, okay, but in microservices architecture, if we have changes in the payment system, then we can deploy only the payment system. But in monolithic architecture, we need to deploy all the services. So this is the monolithic architecture we have discussed in this video.